guys, welcome back to another video. Smooth as Brothers here. We're doing something a little bit different this video. So we both love our four-wheel drives, our rigs. We like doing adventuring and touring and off-roading and whatnot. So as you do, you get all the accessories, you put all bits and pieces on the car, and that adds weight. And they're both feeling a bit sluggish, eh?
A lot of weight, yeah. So it's a lot of weight, a bit sluggish. So we thought, like Phil said, we'd do something a bit different. Everyone does performance cars and all that stuff. This is something practical to us. We're going to use it. So with that, we're trying to get a bit more power here and there.
Yeah, so obviously every car out of the factory, they're tuned to suit like every climate. Yep. So you can say they're detuned, I guess you could say. And there's a bit of hidden power to extract. So we're going to go visit a familiar face that if you're in the car industry or the car scene, you'll know exactly who he is when you see him.
Yep.
So that'll be later on in the video. Tonight, we're actually going to go to Eastern Creek. They've got diesel night, conveniently, so we're going to race both our used, get a bit of a benchmark, see where we're at.
Yeah.
Don't expect nothing too exciting.
It would have been good to do them stock with nothing on there, but
yes, but it'll be good to see.
Yeah, but it'll be good to see, like
because well, everyone's got stock times, so like all these videos, there's heaps of stock times, 0 to 100 and quarter mile time, so we know where that's at and where they should be at. Yeah. So we'll see now with the bigger wheels and the weights where exactly we're at.
Our goal is obviously saving on fuel consumption because we do a lot of long trips as well. And towing, we've noticed that geared up like this, we normally carry, what is it? I think it's a 6x10 trailer.
So 7x10.
Is it 7x10?
Yep.
With
buggy on it,
Polaris buggy, normally 3 bikes. And we noticed that uphills, like Blue Mountains and that, like you're holding just on 80 Ks. Yeah. So we've been assured by this professional who, like Phil said, you're going to see, that it's going to have a lot more ease towing, better fuel consumption, and then like we're going to do this a run for a bit of fun and just see what the differences are. And then later on, hopefully we'll do a video. At Christmas, I'm going to Melbourne, so we'll just do what we've saved on fuel.
Yeah, that's it. So we'll do that, and if we can extract, say, on average, you get about 100 Newton meters out of a tune from torque.
Give or take,
30, 40 horsepower, give or take, who knows?
I'm happy with anything.
Yeah, so we'll see how we go, but we'll do a bit of a rig rundown just quickly. We'll first start off with Rob's car and we'll see what we've got.
The great Hilux Rugged X 2019.
Just get a Navara, mate. Don't even start.
Cut to Navara, mate. So we have here, I think it's December 19 Rugged X, Toyota Hilux Rugged X. It is, what am I going to do? Give you a rundown on it?
Just a quick rundown.
Okay, rundown. So I've got slightly bigger tyres, so they're
32s?
Yeah, 265 70 17s, 2-inch lift. I think it's 2.5 at the front, back. I've got the Rhino rack, the side awning, snorkel and bars are stock. CB, we've got a carbon winch. I have fat bar, bash plates, diff drop. So there's a bit of weight. I've got an AGM battery, which the battery itself is 31 kilos. That's a bigger battery as well. So all this contributes to weight. Catch can, I've got the ARB compressor there. Catch can, K&N filter for that extra power. What else we got? Like I said, Rugged X comes with all these bar work, so it's metal bars. The front bar is actually aluminium. A lot of people don't know that. I think it was just to save weight for their GVMs or whatever. Shovel, so when we get, when shit hits the fan, we dig ourselves out. We have a 27 litre water tank, which I'll probably run empty when we race.
Yep.
PPD exhaust. Doesn't really do a lot, it's just a little bit more sound and it saves weight because you're getting rid of the muffler. So we're going to run it as is. Baby seats, I've got camping chairs, little portable fires, recovery kit, oven, fridge, which is on because we're going to get thirsty. It's on. What was this one?
The Hurricane fabrication
storage. So it's full, like everything's full. We're just going to run it like we normally do when we go away. There's drinks in the fridge. Like I said, camp oven, like solar blanket. So it's got a bit. It does weigh a bit. We haven't actually weighed it. I would like to weigh it, so maybe we can weigh it there as well. That's about it. Fully loaded.
And then you got bits and pieces inside.
Yeah, I got
GME and
yeah, small stuff.
Baby
seats and booster seats and
all sorts of jam.
mud flaps and don't worry about that. That was from the hunting on Saturday. So that's it. That's my ute, my beast. I love Toyotas. We've got this little rivalry because Phil's got a nav, a silver nav, and I got the Hilux, and Phil was always loved Hiluxes, but he bought himself a Navara. So I don't know if it's because he likes Navaras or he just wants to be different. But yeah.
Get the other one in?
Get the other one in. Can I estimate a time that will run?
Yeah.
I reckon about 21 seconds. Enough to make a coffee anyway.
This is me dirty 2020 Navara STX. Nothing too special. So we've got 33-inch tyres. Now, I reckon that's what sucked most of the power out of this car, because when I went from the standard tyres to that, I felt it instantly. And then same thing as Rob's, adding all the accessories, you're feeling all the weight add up. So rocks sliders, they're proper steel, so you felt the weight. What do you call that thing? Roof platform, King's awning, roof platform, 55-inch light bar, fiberglass canopy, I believe that is. 3-inch lift at the front, 2 at the back. This is a factory Nissan bull bar off the Warrior model. It doesn't normally come with dead bugs and bird shit on it, so don't mind that. So yeah, it's got the Warrior bull bar, and then I've got a winch cradle and just a cheapy King's winch put on the front.
Bash plate.
Bash plate, stainless snorkel from Platinum Solutions or Platinum something or rubber. Behind the back seat, we've got a slimline AGM battery, 120 amp, I believe it is. Then a kick-ass BC-BC or BC-DC system. When it comes to utes, there's not much you can do performance-wise with diesel utes, I don't think anyway. But I have done what I can, which is the Platinum airbox, all the Platinum hard pipes, because these commonly leak. So it's got the hot pipe, it's got the intercooler pipes, and the throttle body pipe.
Oh, so you got a couple more bananas.
I got a couple little bananas, and then cause I did a few off-road trips and got mud absolutely everywhere, you can't really see it. The intercooler was clogged up, so I thought it was a good reason to change it out. Now it's still in the factory location on the bottom, but it is a Forefront Industries intercooler, so a little bit bigger. From there, we got the catch can, the fuel filter, pre-filter. Coming around.
She's got a bit of weight on this one too.
Yeah, she's got a bit of weight, man. I'm feeling it. And factory, I know it's not a performance car, but at the end of the day, you do want a bit of oomph. Now, factory, it does 0 to 100, 9.5, 10 seconds. I haven't done it in this yet, and we will be testing it on the track, but surely it's around the 13-second mark or 12-second, because she feels like a bit of a slug.
What's in your fridge?
In the fridge, we got a 65-litre fridge. As Rob said, we're racing it as it is, as we drive it every day. So camping chairs, recovery gear, solar blanket, compressor, everything. In the fridge, mine's actually off at the moment, but we've got a case of Tui's, boys.
So turn that on for tonight.
We'll turn it on. Yeah, because
What's this, a level? Oh.
No. That's a bottle opener, mate. So yes.
And you got the water tank too?
I've got, yes, correct. I've got a, nah, mine's a bit smaller. Mine's only 20 litres.
Oh, what is that? Can't put 27 on the
Nah, it was, you know.
And Toyota Hilux 27.
What the idea is, I think we said it already, but once we tune them, we're gonna go back to the track just to see if we see any difference in pickup, so maybe 60-foot times, 1/8 mile and 1/4 mile. If the mile per hour is more, we know we've gained something. And then our good friend lent us a race box, so that should tell us 0 to 100 times.
Thinking, what the hell are these guys wasting their time?
Yeah, I know, I think that too sometimes. Look, the main goal here is a bit of fun and just that little bit of extra oomph when we're towing, just so it feels more comfortable if you got to overtake, and up hills, it's not such a struggle. And believe it or not, you do get better fuel economy on diesels when you tune them. So we'll let the tuner explain all that later on in the video. For now, we're gonna go home, shower, and yes, and we'll go to Eastern Creek tonight, get some baseline numbers, and then tomorrow we're heading off to the dyno, tune it, before and after, see what we get, see what we make, and we'll go from there. Hey, check out this guy. Look at this bloke, got his oven on. Ah, out, mate. You a spectator or you racing?
Yeah, racing with a couple of blokes.
Hey, what'd your car weigh?
Huh?
What'd your car weigh?
Yeah, tidy as.
2797.
2.7, so 2.8 with you in it.
Yeah.
And I was 2.6, sorry, I'm zoomed in your face. I was 2.650.
When do they stop? I don't even know.
We'll have to check later. Alright, lane
We're
2.
gonna go line up?
Yeah.
Just wait for me, we'll go.
Yeah.
So we're gonna line up to give it a run. And because this thing's gonna be so fast down the quarter mile, bought myself a coffee for the drive down.
Well, are you gonna try to do a skid?
I was thinking about it, but it won't happen.
I can't do a burnout, senora. This thing doesn't spin, Bella.
I've got the 80s music on, mate.
Here we go. I just heard something in the fridge move.
Look, man, the drinks are moving in the fridge.
I think I've got you on the top end, baby.
I think I've got you on the top end, baby. You got me, son. I wasn't even holding the fucking steering wheel half the time.
I did 0 to 100 in 12.98 seconds. Nice Evo. It ain't no nav butt, mate. First race, how do you feel, mate?
Beautiful, mate. It was very calm, very collective. I think my hands were off the steering wheel at one point, drinking my coffee. And yeah, 19.2. You got me, Phil. But my reaction's pretty good for an old bloke.
Yeah, not bad. Might not be the quickest car, but we're self-sufficient over here. And just to prove we're still racing, fully loaded, everything's on. He's got his storage, got the fridge.
You got a drink. You got a drink.
Some visitors from the other side of the world.
Fresh hot pies. Amazing. In 2 runs we've cooked pies.
Oh, it's not hot. Hey, when you got work in the morning and racing in the afternoon, mate, it does it all.
Here we go. Oh, the ram's cooked me. It's cooked me hard. That's alright. When your moon hits your eyes like a big pizza, that's amore. Oh, he just got me. And 0 to 100, it was 14.25.
There you have it, guys. 3 runs.
Yeah, we've done 3. Yeah, best out of 3. I'm pretty happy. Like we got each run we done was a lot better.
13.9.
I think my best here was a 19.179, and my mile an hour was 70.76.
You were very consistent all 3 runs.
Yeah, I was very
mile
consistent.
per hour
yeah.
and time.
Yeah, so all 3 ones were like 19.21, 19. 1.8 and a 19.17.
Yep.
So
And then
very consistent. How about you?
for mine, okay, first run was at 18.6, and then the last two were at 18.49. Both at 70, all three of them at 73 mile per hour.
And look, considering we're carrying a lot of load and that, I think it's quite well.
I don't know if we said it, but I'm pretty sure we weighed in. Rob's was 2,800 kilos with him in it.
Yep.
And mine was 2,650 with me in it.
Yep.
So 150 kilo difference, which is a fair bit.
And you were pulling about a car on me.
By the end of the
Maybe a
track,
little bit
about
more, yeah. Maybe I think one of the runs was a little bit more.
Yes. I've got 33s on it. Rob's got just under, so he's got 32s. So a bit of a size difference there, but it'll be good to see now after the tune tomorrow. We'll drive it around a bit and then we'll come back out.
Yeah.
See how we go.
And then we'll see if our 60 footers are a lot better, and then we know that we've got a lot more torque down low.
Yeah. Look, again, we're not going for peak numbers. We're not going to try to fucking get 12 seconds flat.
Yeah, and we want to add to this, and we'll do obviously like a long trip with our fuel.
Yeah.
And see what we're saving there, and then another one when we're towing.
Stuff
And
like
see
that,
what the
yeah.
difference is on towing. Because I know going up to Blue Mountains, some of the hills there I can't get past 80.
Yeah, and
I'm flat.
I'm the same. Yeah. And there's no point in loading it up. I just sit on 70 and just take my time.
So
But
we'll see.
you know, if you ever have to overtake,
Well, that's it.
so we'll let the tuner do a bit more talking tomorrow.
That's it.
See how we go.
Yep, beautiful.
Beautiful, and it is the next day, guys. We're at the dyno now. We're here with Scotty, better known as Tuning Fork. The car is up on the dyno. We're going to run it up, do 3 runs, see what the average is as it runs stock. I reckon if we crack 90 kilowatts, we'd be laughing. And then from there, we're going to do some magic on the laptop and see what it puts out. Is that right?
Spot on. So
Beautiful.
we'll do a baseline run first, just to figure out what we're working with.
Yep.
So we can't really always talk about the power at these things at the wheels, because factory they quote engine power.
Yes.
You've got bigger, heavier wheels on the thing. So apples with apples, we're looking for a percentage gain on this thing. So we'll run it up, see what we've got. Then a couple of weeks ago, I was at your place and came and pulled the software out of this car.
Yep.
So that I know exactly what software's in there. I know where everything is, so I can muck around with all of our torque limits, our fuel model, all the boost pressures, the start of injections, everything that's there that makes the horsepower.
Beautiful.
So I'll go through, adjust all of that stuff, run it back up, and hopefully we're going to see a pretty solid torque percentage gain.
Yeah, awesome. All right, let's make it happen. All right, so what have we got here?
All right, so we've just done 3 pulls for our initial run. So we start the pull at 2,000 RPM, finish at 5,000 RPM, which is 4th gear. So put it in manual mode, 4th gear, all the traction control and everything off, in rear wheel drive. You can do them in 4-wheel drive, but there's no need to. If we do it in rear wheel drive, it's just a bit less, less work on the car.
Yep.
So here is where I've opened it to wide open throttle, and it's making 80-ish kilowatts at the wheels.
Yep.
And it's making about 330 newton meters of torque.
Okay.
So that's at the very beginning. The reason why it's making more torque there is because the torque converter is actually open. It's not locked yet.
Yep.
So the torque converter is multiplying that torque. It's making more.
Yep.
Then the converter locks up, cruises along. As the RPM comes down along the bottom here, so up at around 100 kilometers an hour, 3,500 RPM, it's making high 80 kilowatts.
Yep.
And it's making the requested torque, which I can see here because it goes flat there. So there I know that the converter's locked. That's the torque that it's making, which is 240-ish newton meters at the wheels.
Yep.
And then as the RPM increases, RPM goes up, torque goes down, resulting in the same horsepower.
Yeah, perfect. So I went from a dead stock car, first thing I did was the wheels, and that's where I noticed it.
How long did you
First.
drive it for before you put wheels on it?
I probably put 5,000 Ks if I was lucky.
Yeah, but even 1,000 Ks is enough that then you then put wheels on it and go, oh.
Yeah, where'd all the power go? That's right. So, okay, yeah, cool. So now I guess from here we do the tuning, or you do the tuning, and like you said before, we just gauge it off a percentage and not so much the numbers we're looking for.
Spot on. So in the dyno here on the right there, I can see what torque we've got. I'm going to set our 3rd run, the one where it was heat soaked, as that's the run that we're going to be comparing against. I'll set the dyno up so I can see the torque after the tune.
Yep.
But I can also see the percentage difference between what it's got there and what it's got later. So I'll be able to see, 10, 15, 20, whatever the number is.
And would you say you'd adjust the tune to suit driving styles, as in like someone that's going to be doing a lot more towing compared
100%.
to, your day-to-day activities?
100%. So there's a difference between someone who will never tow anything,
Yep.
where you can make them a little bit spicy, whereas if you're going to be towing a huge camper all around the country, you wouldn't be aiming as hard.
You don't want to be pushing it.
Keeping in mind as well that in a lot of the diesel tuning stuff, we're not taking any of the safeties out. So the calculated EGT stuff, all the calculated temperature and load stuff, if you start pulling up a huge hill and the thing does start to get hot inlet air temperatures,
Pull back.
it'll start derating by itself, and no one should be pulling that out, because unfortunately that's the part there where you say, all right, well, might be time to be intercooling or exhausting or whatever the
Finding
case.
the limit and rectifying
and
it.
getting to the next bit, the fun
And
bit.
that's all the data, all that data you can see when you're tuning and stuff
Absolutely,
like that.
yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's get to it. We'll let you do your magic.
All right, we'll get in
Beautiful.
there. So the first thing we got here is you can clearly see a difference in all the squiggly lines. This blue one was the factory run.
Yep.
The red one is what we've got now.
Yes.
So we'll pick at 100 k's an hour. So all the runs are done in fourth gear, but the same thing applies to in every gear, obviously.
Of course.
So the thing had 87 kilowatts. It's now got 120 kilowatts at the same spot.
Same spot from before and after. Yep.
Which is a 26% gain in overall torque.
Awesome.
And if we go to the actual drive torque in the data, we can see that it had 240 newton meters there.
Yep.
It's now got 330. So I'm aiming for a 100 newton meter gain.
Yeah.
We're at 91.
Yeah. So we're there.
We're on the money.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then, so these figures here obviously should result in, not that we're chasing better performance down the straight, but we should see results.
100%. You'll drive this thing down the driveway and think, oh, hang on, the asthma's gone. It's freed up.
Yeah. That's awesome.
In the drag racing adventure, in something like this, I wouldn't necessarily expect to see a faster quarter mile time. So there's an interesting thing here, because a lot of it is about getting off the line and the skill of the 60. However,
torque comes into play.
Where torque comes into play. Mile an hour, I would, with a gain of 25% more torque, you have to see the mile an hour improve, and the mile an hour is the indicator of the car's horsepower.
Yep. Awesome. But so our main focus was towing, everyday driving, and mate, with the results like that,
different car.
It's going to be a breeze. So I get, like you said, we'll know as soon as we leave the driveway. Hey,
Miles per 100 will go straight up.
miles per gallon. So, and then as you said as well, we should be seeing somewhat of a small improvement when it comes to fuel economy.
You should. So you might say half a litre per 100, something like that. And the idea behind that is that we're using more fuel and we're using to make more power. But because we're doing that, the gearbox is going to shift and you're actually going to use less engine RPM.
Yeah.
So this torque thing, think of the shovel thing, you know about that?
Yeah,
so
okay.
if you've got a big shovel and you're moving a whole thing of dirt from one side of the yard to the other side of the yard, if you've got torque, a big shovel, you can do it in 3 scoops.
As opposed to...
if you've got no torque and you've got RPM with a little shovel, you'll do it with, it'll take you
That's a good one,
times.
I like that one. We can use that someday. So yeah, okay, cool, I like that. Yeah, so that's awesome. All right, so what from now? We're done, we put on the Hilux and...
Things are good, we'll swap cars and see what sort of gains we can get out of it.
Yeah.
Remembering that Navaras pick up all right.
You've heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get the Hilux in. I'm very surprised because like the numbers are so close. Yeah.
Similar market car, similar setup, similar engine configuration.
Yeah. It's amazing, you know.
And I suppose so. We're showing about 240 newton meters at the wheels here on just be a bit reasonable with the dyno sheets here,
Yep.
where the purple one is the
Yep.
one that we're going to be referencing.
Okay.
The blue and the red are actually a third gear shifting into fourth gear.
Okay.
So a little bit different. So
So we'll work off the purple.
purple, that's what we're looking for.
Yep.
That two sort of 40 Newton meter. So pretty much it's on the money. It's exactly sort of what we were expecting with
Okay.
the bigger tyre.
Yeah.
Power wise, so the kilowatt number that we all like to talk about, 95 kilowatts at the wheels.
Yep.
Which, yep, I'd expect 105, 108, something like that
Yeah.
out of this on a car with factory wheels and tyres.
Okay.
So it's in the ballpark, everything looks pretty healthy.
So basically, towing these two vehicles would be very similar.
Yeah, very,
Before,
and even your testing at the drag strip, your mile an hour was very similar
Yeah,
as well.
it was very close, and that explains it all now.
And if you've got the same torque across the whole rev range, yep, weight of the car does make a difference in
Yeah.
getting off a line and consistency, but not as much
Yeah.
as you would think in increasing the torque of the car. Like obviously if you pull a ton out of it, yeah.
Well, like you were saying, it's a bit of a grey area. So I think when we do take it back, we'll do the same runs, everything same fuel, everything,
Yep.
as in how much is in the tank, and then for shits and giggles, we'll try to pull a bit of weight out. Like I'll take the fridges and that out, and then we'll just see if it does make a difference.
I think it's a really good idea. I'd be
yeah.
really interested to see mile an hour after a tune and
Yep.
compare it to factory.
Yep.
Then pulling all the weight out and not so much mile an hour, but then seeing the quarter mile times come down.
Okay. But I'm excited.
All right.
I feel like I've got a new car. I'm going to get a new car.
Let's get into the next
Let's
bit.
do it. You got to do what you got to do.
We're old, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Sucks, eh? How old are you?
41, I'll be 42 in January. I had to think for a second. The other day we were filming, actually, I said I was 43. And then later on that night, I'm thinking, wait a minute, I'm not 43.
Fix this. All I've done, started her up.
Yep.
Everything's right. I've cleared any check engine lights that have been caused by flashing it when
Yep.
things are turned on and off and all sorts of crazy stuff happening.
Okay.
Toyota, so the traction control button, press it once and it turns the traction control off, hold it for 10 seconds, turns the stability control off so
Yep.
that we can run the thing on the dyno.
I figured out you can't hold the brake and try to do a skid with this, because
Nah,
with your foot on the brake, it'll just kill the throttle.
Yeah, common in most cars.
Oh.
Like if you've got a hire car, like I don't know, like a Falcon sort of hire car or something like that, if you get under there and just pull the brake switch.
I'll try that next time. I'll hire a Falcon.
Don't even know if you can still hire a Falcon, can you?
We will find one. Sure.
All right, so we're just going to cruise it up to the same spot. So the dyno settings are exactly the same.
Yeah.
So we'll come up to fourth gear. This is the trick where we've got to dance on the pedal a little bit to be able to get the thing to actually initiate the run, but
Okay.
not kick back a gear.
Yeah.
We're not really caring about that. I'm looking for the overall power increase, so I'm not overly concerned about the start and finish part.
Nice.
So we're there. Unfortunately, the gain's in yours compared to the Navara.
Yes.
The Navara is at the beginning of its development. There's a bit of headroom in that.
Yep.
This range of the N80 is closer to the end.
Yep.
So there's not as much. So you might be at a bit of a disadvantage drag racing these things.
So we didn't make as much as the Nissan.
Sorry to disappoint. I know that you're disappointed because the NP300s have got headroom in them.
Yes.
There's a bit more.
But there's
there.
a big improvement.
Absolutely.
And like we were talking before about the version 2 turbos, and there's a lot more there.
So these ones, so Series 1 typically make about the same power as a standard sort of Series 2, the one
Yep.
that's got the bigger turbo and the
Yep.
injectors.
Yep.
If Series 2, you'd expect to see similar number, probably a little bit more than the Navara. Here we've got a significant gain, so we've picked up about
I'm
20%
happy.
more
I'm very
torque. Basically what's going on here, we've picked up about 20% more torque in the drivable areas.
Yep.
Power-wise, sort of 10 to 15 kilowatts at the wheels, but again, it's all subjective because depending on what RPM you're talking about,
Yeah, well, as we could see, the higher RPM, the bigger the gap was.
the harder you rev it, the
it's
more
just-
it just wants to make grunt now. And that, to be honest, I'm a little bit fearful about the drag race.
Oh, he's going to win, eh?
because
I'm just going to pull the back seat out
Yeah.
and everything else.
we'll put a bit of nitrous in there somewhere. What do you reckon?
Why not?
And looking at the pickup, I think that when you're driving anything on the freeway and doing all this sort of thing, there's a big difference. When you're revving it at the racetrack, this thing will actually be, the asthma's gone, it'll want to rev, and I think that's where you're going to pick up the power, because you don't drive it like that on the road, so it's not...
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
You know, it's a funny test, because holding it wide open for drag racing is typically not what happens.
four-wheel drives do.
No.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much for that.
Mate,
We're
pleasure.
happy.
Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Done.
All right, guys, we're back. Round 2, tuned. Similar stats. Car's weighing about 50 kilos more, because I've got a bit of extra fuel. And let's see if we have any gain. On the staging line, Robbie's staged. Got a little bit of a chirp off the line. Pulling away from Rob a fair bit. Changing up 4.5 grand. 0 to 100, 11.4 seconds. That's an improvement. Across the line at 118-ish. 120, not bad. Funny, but fuel weight, like we've got exactly the same gains. Like you're pretty much beating me the same. I think just my 60 footer I'm a little bit quicker.
Ow. GoPro. Oh, I did not see the GoPro there. Oh, I hit my head on the GoPro. I did not see it there.
Bro, 2.59.
Hi.
We're back, round 2. The statistics are in. No, not the statistics. What do you call it?
The numbers are in.
The numbers are in.
Numbers are in.
So let's talk 0 to 100 times first. So previously, your best time. I've got it here on my phone.
So previously my best time. So
No, 0 to 100. 14.26.
14.26. Yeah.
After the tune and taking out almost 100 kilos.
Nah, fucking not 100. Jeez.
20 litres of water, 27 litres of water.
50, 60,
Call
say
it
70 kilos.
70 kilos.
70 kilos, yeah.
Your best 0 to 100 was 12.37
It's a massive, massive difference.
compared to 14.26. So what's that,
numbers
2
don't lie.
seconds?
Yeah.
My 0 to 100 previously was 13.57 and I got a best of 11.42.
Yep.
So roughly the same.
Yeah, a
Now,
decent amount.
let's talk ETs. Previously, before the tune, 18.497 for the Navara. I haven't changed anything other than the tune, and it weighed in at about 50, 60 kilos more, so it's got more fuel. Other than that, the exact same.
Yep.
It's a bit of a hotter night. After the tune, 17.9. So exactly half a second quicker. And we picked up 4 mile per hour by the end.
Yep.
Then that was my first run and best run. After that, it was starting to heat soak. I've got a little OBD thing that tells me intake temps, trans temps, and it was just going up and up and up. And mate, it was crawling up badly. So I think my last run, which was number 4, was 18.5. So she's definitely heat soaking.
Yeah.
The intercooler on this is down low. The winch and the bull bar covers it, so it's pretty bad design. Whereas the Hilux has it up top, so it's always got fresh air.
Yep.
I guess that could be it. Then maybe the turbo's working a bit harder, it's pumping more heat through that intercooler.
Yeah. So with
What the Hilux get?
okay, so with mine, my best time previously before tune was a 19.179.
Yep.
And then this time after the tune, without taking any weight or anything out,
Yep.
my best time was 18. What was it?
18.6, 18.5?
No, 18.4.
Okay, so that
the best one.
is 0.6 of a
Yeah.
second.
Then what we done is we just drained the water tank out.
So that's
it was
27 kilos.
litres, and it got down to an 18.3. And then what we done from there, just to see, because
Insert clip here of Rob taking all the stuff out. Oh, he's taking out the weight.
Respect for that.
Every little bit counts.
every little bit counts.
Everything's coming out.
We realised that 27 litres of water just helped.
So let's give it another go.
Yeah, so we were talking to Scotty, and Scotty was saying about, because we were asking him, if we take a bit of weight out, because this weighs more than fuels you, so just so we could sort of get an example of, if they're both the same weight, Nav, Toyota, stock cars, what are they going to run? And he said it's a little bit of a grey area, because what will happen, because there's a lot of weight in it, turbo's working harder, there's a lot more load, it could make a big difference, could make hardly anything.
Bugger all, it could be nothing, yeah. And because you're talking 2.8 tons, does taking out 80, 90, 100 kilos really make a difference? Because it's
Which,
only
in saying that,
bugger all.
after the tune, we done a trip and it was loaded up to the max with everyone in it, and I did feel like it was still pulling really, really well. It might like a bit of load. That turbo's working harder, it's pumping. But anyway, pulling the weight out, we got it down to an 18.17. So it's pretty much a second faster.
A whole second faster.
Yeah, from when we first started. And my mile an hour got up 4 mile an hour more.
Yeah. So we've got very similar gains in mile per hour, hey?
Yeah.
Because I got 4 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And you got 4.
Yeah.
My best time, yours was a whole second quicker. Mine was about half a second quicker.
Yeah.
I'd like to come back again on a cooler night, but at the end of the day, it's not a race car. So
No, we just wanted to see what difference it was going to make from obviously tuning the car. We could feel it straight off the bat.
straight off the bat.
You know, overtaking, carrying load. It's just like Scotty was said. It will feel strenuous. Is that the word? Or it's ease. It's so
it's
much
not
ease.
so asthmatic, is what
That's
he said.
right, yeah.
So and mind you, so from when we've tuned this, it's been now 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yep.
So we both did a trip down the coast and back. And like Rob said, overtaking so much easier. It's got more grunt throughout the whole rev range.
Yeah.
And fuel economy. So I've done 2 full tanks now. And I'm seeing anywhere between one tank I got about half a litre per 100 better, and then the other tank I got about a litre per 100 better. And so I got obviously the max amount of Ks I did,
Yep.
divided by how much fuel I put in, worked it out that way. So yeah, more fuel economical, more power.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
with the Hilux, I was averaging about 12.3. Just going around, like even long distance trips and that, and we done the coastal trip, I got it down to, I think it was a 10.3, and that was measuring by, like Phil said, using fuel, filling it up and then calculating it. So we've seen a massive improvement there, massive improvement with power. And when we first went and seen Scotty, like he was explaining to us, like he first asked us, what are we using the utes for? How much load are we pulling? Because we normally tow trailers with bikes and buggies and all that stuff. We're not doing any big caravans. So we said that I'm going to give you a tune that's safe. Conservative for the car, yeah, because obviously we want it to last for a long time.
Yeah.
So we're here for a long time, not a good time.
I'll wait for you to say it.
We're here for a long time, not a good time.
Because like Scotty said, the turbo on this older gen
Series 1
doesn't like too much boost.
Yeah.
So we keep it conservative.
So we kept it safe, yeah. We're both happy. The improvements are crazy, man. Like I can't get over it, and like numbers don't lie. We've done the tests now, so it proves it.
Especially
It shows
for even
it.
like Hilux owners that are watching probably know as soon as you put bigger tyres on these, they don't like to hold 6 gear on the highway.
Yeah.
So now you're...
Yeah, so it's changing gears a lot better now. Like it goes through the gears a lot better.
And is it grabbing 6 more on the highway?
It grabs 6 a lot better. It's cruising at a lower RPM. And then like, I even noticed here, so between the two utes, like this one's quicker, it's producing more power. One's pulling weight out of this was pretty fast, but yours was getting heat sink.
Yeah, it was.
But what we've noticed with the Hilux, each run is getting better and better and better. Heat's not really affecting it.
Nah.
And when we first got here, I think it was 32 degrees.
Yeah.
It's about 28 now.
Yeah. So that's the benefit of having that intercooler up high. Nothing's blocking it.
Yeah.
Fresh air. Forward-facing snorkel. I don't know.
Maybe. I would like to do the intercooler.
Yeah.
And maybe one day put the Gen 2
Turbo.
But like I'm happy with where it is.
Then you start chasing problems, and we're not here again for race car numbers.
Yeah.
Like just wanted that bit of extra torque and power.
Yep.
We got it.
We got it.
The numbers don't
Approved.
lie.
Yep.
Mate, what more can you ask for?
And we can show now that weight means a lot.
Yeah, and that was not even touching 100 kilos.
Yeah.
So
70 kilos, give or
you
take.
can see how it adds up when you start putting bar work, antennas, big wheels, bloody rhino racks and canopy, and
We have got a mate that's got a stock nav.
be good to bring him down.
Bring
and,
him,
see
just
what
to
we
test
get.
it, and then if he does tune it, see, because the tyres diameters make a massive difference.
Yeah.
Scotty was saying.
Especially to torque. It just it sucks to torque out.
But I'm so happy with what he's done,
Yeah.
and he explained everything to us, and you'll see all this.
Well, they would have watched
throughout
it by
the
now.
vlog.
Yeah, he's,
or you would have watched it
he's
by now.
awesome. So, yeah,
I'm happy it's consistent.
yeah, that's
But
it.
I'll be doing a Melbourne trip soon, so
Yeah.
I'll be taking some numbers down for the fuel and see how much.
I'm down
better.
to about around this area. I'm down to like 10.2, 10.3. Longer trips, I had it down on the coast. There was a lot of coasting, but I noticed going down. Down, I used probably 8.59 almost. Coming back up to Sydney, it was around 10.5. So it depends on the road conditions.
With these, you
but-
can't go what the dash tells you, because if you
The
let
dash
it
is
idle
way
for
out.
too long, it starts to creep up.
Yeah, no.
But Melbourne will be a good one because it's Hume Highway,
You'll do a whole
straight,
tank.
800 and something k's each way. So
Yeah.
I'll log it down. Obviously, the car's going to be loaded with kids and baby
babies
shit
and
you know.
diapers
And we kept the beers in the fridge too. That was the main thing. That's the one thing we didn't.
They're still
take out.
cold. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think down below. That's it. Thanks to Scotty for looking after the beast.
Yeah, absolute gentleman. If you want your tunes, just hit him up.
Yeah,
Good job.
he does everything. So I'll put his details down below.
Yeah.
And let's call it a day.